Hello everyone and welcome to the first ever BIA race. It's 1 PM and today we are on the Redwood Sprint Circuit of the United States of America, with the temperature being 25 degrees Celsius exactly, which is the temperature all day every day here on the West Coast, as apparently this place has no such thing as a temperature curve. It has been many months of preparation for this series, and excitement regarding the first race is electric. Free practice before the race saw Blazin have a very violent crash on the final corner, but is luckily back here on the grid ready for the race. We have 4 drivers on the grid here today, as our 5th, Customized, unfortunately got lost on the way to the track and therefore could not make it. Starting in 4th place with a pit lane start is Brock, as he changed his car setup in between quali and the race. And 3rd is Jace, who did not qualify after a crash at Death Corner. In 2nd place is Blazin with a time of 1 second 1.202, and just around a second and a half ahead is Polly with a time of 59.946. Without further ado, let's get this race started. The time is about to tick over on the race at Redwood Sprint Circuit, and the first ever race of the BIA Championship is underway. As we look at this replay, we can see Polly launches off the line with a magnificent start, with Blazin following comfortably behind. Jace reportedly had a slower start, and Brock watching from the pit lane as the drivers passed by.
You guys went off fast.
And the first few drivers make it past the first lap successfully, with little to no issues, with everyone noticeably holding back their pace at first to get into the groove of real-time racing, with now Polly P1, Blazin P2, Brock P3, and Jason P4. Here we go, Blazin coming into Death Corner. Oh, he's going a little wide, yikes! A wide strike to the curb. Hopefully this will not lead to later driving issues. Let's see the replay. So it just looks like he wasn't focused on his line after going slower. Didn't seem to be an issue of understeer with the car, and he just ended up running into the curb. Oh, okay, I'm okay. I hit the curb a bit. Oh my god, this. Yellow flags have been raised around Len's hairpin. A trouble incident with Jace from the sound of things.
Oh yeah, no, I can't move.
He's off the track, he's off the circuit. He's stuck in a ditch.
Let's get a look at Jace as Blazin heads around Len's hairpin. So yeah, there he is. Must have understeered on the exit and off into a ditch and beached the car. What an unfortunate championship start for Jace, and this will be a red flag race restart with Polly P1, Blazin P2, and Brock P3, with Jace being unable to chase the pace, resulting in a DNF. 4 minutes from the red flag, we are here at the race restart, and the drivers have been able to fix their damage. And away we go! Polly launches off the line, with Blazin and Brock following into the first corners of the Redwood Sprint Circuit since the race restart. Polly, with sudden braking through the first corner of the Cozy Cabin section.
That was stupid.
Let's see if Blazin can capitalize off this mistake from Polly, named the Redwood King, who set a quality time 3 seconds faster than Blazin in 2nd position. Polly's gone wide through the corner. Yet another mistake for Blazin to try and make up as much time as possible. He's broken to the outside, and oh my goodness, Blazin is just trying to hug that inside line as tight as possible to find that time on Polly. At the same time, we're hearing that Brock seems to have had an incident, but not a race-ending one.
Sakes, I just crashed.
Blazin following Polly to the final corner. Blazin's going too fast. He locks his brakes up. He's in the barrier. The pits are right there. Can he make it? Boxer, boxer, boxer. Blazin pits to repair damage, fulfilling the mandatory stop requirement, and Brock flies past into 2nd place position, with Brock having already made his mandatory pit stop before the previous red flag, while Polly has not yet pitted in this race. We can hear over the radio Polly is not liking the setup with his front bumper and the contact it has with the Redwood road.
I feel like when I'm turning, my front bumper is scraping.
Yeah, As lap 9 ends for Blazin and 10 begins for Brock, he reports damage to his rear affecting his handling.
A little bit of damage to my rear has me sliding out in corners a lot. I'm just gonna keep it going though.
Ever since Brock has reported the damage to his car, the loss of pace has been noticeable, with Blazin gradually catching up to Brock.
I am catching the dirt.
Brock seen on the final corner with a brake lock up and do slide through. The loss of time there is going to be painful for him, and he pits! This sends Blazin back into P2 and Brock back to P3. Paulie has been on a flying pace, being almost a half up ahead of Blazin, but reporting sliding through Len's hairpin. Right now, Blazin and Brock's best chance for a better position in this race is if Paulie pushes too much and crashes his car.
I was sideways into the hairpin.
Blazin coming into Len's hairpin. He fumbles the exit, with Brock behind him having a fast sector, with Brock seemingly catching up now.
I just had a really nice sector.
Paulie, far ahead, sounds like he has had a close call around the cozy cabins.
Right. My car's good, my front windshield is I went off into the trees.
Brock has been heard having issues through Len's hairpin, and Paulie is reportedly starting to catch up to the back of Brock and eventually Blazin, so both drivers may be facing a battle over being lapped sometime soon.
I was sideways into that hairpin.
Blazin, having no major issues and no cars in front, is really trying to push that car to avoid the possibility of getting lapped. Blazin coming into the infamous death corner. Oh, he's gone so wide there. This corner has been such a troublemaker for all the drivers today. It is the cause of Jace's DNF, multiple lockup slides, and many ruined lines and lost time. Bad news! Red flags have been raised as it is reported that Brock has had a disastrous incident in the hills of Redwood, potentially caused by the pressure of Paulie lapping him.
He's wrapped around a tree.
It definitely seems Brock is unfortunately out of this race and Paulie still needs to pit. This race may now just be between Paulie and Blazin. Brock is actually making it back to the pits in reverse direction of the track. There is technically nothing in the rules that prevents him from doing this. And we hear that the drivers are okay with this, and oh my god, look at that car. Brock can barely keep it on the track. Is he going to be able to get into the pit lane for repairs? It veers off, it veers off. How is he going to get out of this situation? Is he stuck on the curb on his bumper? How is he going to turn off? I think he's turned off. He's just turned off. He's making it into the pits. He might have just managed it. Can he get it repaired? He's repaired it. He's back in the race. Brock has defied all odds and is back in the race. I don't even know how he managed that. The rules state that no matter the damage, as long as you can get your car back to the pits and respawn, you can continue the race instead of a DNF result if you can't move the car back to the pits. And he's done it! Despite the most extreme damage to his car, we see wildly broken steering, suspension, smashed glass, a missing wheel, and the entire car in general being bent out of shape after what sounded like a shockingly brutal crash into trackside trees. Brock has walked away here with a second chance and will be restarting this race in P3. Here we are on the race restart. Brock has been given a second chance. How will he use it? And off they go! Let's see, Brock's gotten an excellent launch and has actually moved up into P2 on Blazin, as Paulie, of course, gets far ahead while these two will be having their battle throughout this lap. Blazin, eager to get back into P2, will be looking at any chance he can get to pass Brock as they go through the cozy cabins. Brock with a violent wave shift makes Blazin slow down by slamming on the brakes. Here they're going down to the hairpin. Brock hits the dirt a bit, goes on two wheels, goes really wide. How can Blazin capitalize on this mistake? Both have brake lockups into the lens hairpin, and here they go around the hairpin. Blazin really trying to find any time he can get, and he really moves close to Brock there as he hugs that inside line as they now go down the straight on the run up to Death Corner. This will be very interesting to see how this one goes. This is definitely the best race we've had so far. Brock fumbling around Death Corner, he goes wide, hits the curb a bit, this really unsettles him. Blazin's got the speed, can he get past? Brock is defending on the straight, and Brock is just setting it too hard. He goes into the barriers on the guardrail. He's flipped the car. Oh my goodness. Is he going to be able to get out of this one? Will he get a third chance? There he is, stuck on the curb. Who knows if he can get out of this one. Here we got a replay while we wait to see what will become of the crash. Well, it's clear that Brock, after making many mistakes under high pressure from Blazin, made a final mistake that really cost him in this battle. And it's pretty safe to say Blazin may have made the same mistake, only quickly realizing to back off, seeing Brock was just going too fast. Let's hope Brock can get out of this one. And looks like here we get another slow motion replay where we see the rather dramatic moment Brock had down to the lens hairpin, where he just took that inside line too tight, hit the dirt, bounced up on two wheels, lost that grip, barely saved it before going off track, and was able to continue down to the hairpin. To Brock's credit, he saved that really well, and it could have been close to a major disaster right there. And we come back to the race where Brock has actually managed to get off the curb and appears to be driving the car back to the pits to get going once again.
I'm alright.
Luck really is on this man's side today. Not many drivers could have two devastating crashes like this in a single race and still be able to continue. Truly astonishing. By the sounds of things, the whole time since the race restart, Brock did not realize he was actually unlapped by the restart, which may have affected his race strategy.
The red flag kind of automatically unlaps you.
If I knew that, bro. I thought I was lapped.
We said you
Silly me.
Brock lost a significant amount of time due to the previous crash. He is currently headed through the cozy cabins on his 21st lap. Meanwhile, Polly is not too far behind, having just started his 22nd, with Blazin following. Brock is going to have to worry about being lapped for real now. Blazin now coming up through the cozy cabins, big slide, barely manages to recover it. That is not a good sign, as he's been recently complaining about the handling. It is lap 23, Brock on lap 22, going through the cozy cabins. Polly's pace is just rapidly improving on Brock, and he's even closer than ever before. Brock is sure to be lapped sometime soon. Blazin, banking on Brock holding Polly back for any chance at first place, begins lap 23, coming into the first corners, and is seen having a bit of rough understeer. Tires may be wearing my car, sliding around a bit more around some of the corners, specifically in the rear. That doesn't sound good for Blazin. Oh my goodness, he's gone wide! He's plunged into the forest! That did not sound good at all! Blazin seems to be okay from the crash and is trying to dig himself out in this forest. Can he do it? It just seems like he's positively beached on some of the branches and trees around here. I personally think this may be the end of Redwood for Blazin. Here we have the replay where Blazin's car just didn't turn the way he wanted it to, leading to the deep plunge into the forest and the big impact with that tree. Blazin's very lucky that it was not a direct head-on collision. With Blazin taking a slightly different line, you can just see how he became a quick victim of the customer's understeer, and how anything with this car, any miscalculation, can lead to disaster. Blazin's still trying to dig himself out. Brock is currently being hunted down by Polly on lap 24. And oh my god, Brock has just made the same mistake and has narrowly avoided the same fate as Blazin, and then they go into the lens hairpin. And with that, it's been deemed that Blazin cannot rescue himself from his current situation, and the red flag race restart has been declared, with Polly and Brock heading back to the grid in position 1 and position 2 respectively, with Brock having the advantage of being unlapped and maybe having a chance at first place. Before we get going again, we get the replay of Brock almost crashing in the same place that Blazin did, and he just narrowly saves it and dodges that tree. That is just too close for comfort. Brock even took the optimal line over Blazin's improvised one, and yet it still almost happened to him the same way that it happened to Blazin with the understeer through that corner. Polly and Brock are getting ready to go for the race restart on lap 25 with 38 minutes left, where Blazin's wrecked car has been cleared of the forest and out of the way of the remaining drivers. Blazin is reportedly okay, having only experienced minor fracture-related injuries, and has come away from this race in 3rd place. We are getting ready to go here again with Brock in P2 and Polly in P1. It'll be Brock's chance at first place versus the Redwood King, and off they go! They're into the first quarters. It looks like they both had relatively equal launches, and here they come. Oh my goodness, Polly's doing so well. Brock has gone wide into the guardrail with a nasty strike there and into the cozy cabins. Brock is just so unstable. He can't keep it on track. This is absolutely brilliant for Paulie. It seems he has first place in the bag, but he starts to do the mandatory pit stop. And oh my god! Brock is off track. He's gone onto a dirt hill and has come back onto the track. His bumper is stuck onto the car. This is not looking good for him at all. He can barely turn this corner here. And oh my god, what is going on? And there's a wheel! There's a wheel on the track and going down into the lens hairpin area. This is simply unbelievable on the first lap of the race restart with Brock and Paulie. And it simply seems that Brock's luck may have run out today. After so many second chances, this is where his race ends. And look, there's his wheel going through the lens hairpin. It's just continuing to roll down the track. It's made it further than Brock has on this race. And then there's Paulie. He seems to be using the situation for a mandatory pit stop. He has plenty of time, definitely with Brock stuck there. And as he goes out to lap 26, the red flag has been announced.
That's unfortunate, bro.
As per the rules, with everyone else DNFing, if there's one racer left, all they need to do is complete one lap, and there goes Paulie. Seems to be mocking the situation with a very slow start, knowing that he's the only person currently on the track, and all he needs to do is complete that one lap.
The Redwood King takes no survivors.
And Paulie has come in over the line, having finished his final lap of this very eventful first race with little to no issues, with the race itself having lasted 27 laps and 23 minutes out of 60. The race results are Paulie first, Brock second, Blazin third, and Jace fourth. Your driver of the day is Brock for finishing in second place from starting in fourth place from the pit lane, coming back from multiple bad crashes and still being competitive despite alleged car performance issues in the West Coast region. The current standings are the same as the first race results, but as far as points go, Paulie has 5, Brock 4, Blazin 2, Jace 1, and honourable mention to Customize with 0, as he did not participate in this race. Join us next time for the second race of 12 on the Utah belt. With how Redwood went, it'll be interesting to say the least to see how the drivers get on with the conditions of that track. It is often deemed as the most dangerous circuit of the BIA track pool, measuring in at 9.9 kilometers with an average speed of 120 kilometers over an elevation change of 169 meters. See you then.